Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another workout video, another shoulder workout and some traps. I like to finish the workout with some direct trap work, and I'm starting this workout with the overhead press, dumbbell overhead press. After a couple of warm-up sets and weight acclimation set, I started with the first set here, and on this exercise I like to have a spotter, because the hardest part for me and for most people, I believe, it's to put the dumbbells in the starting position. That's why when I'm working out alone, like I'm doing in this workout, I use slightly less weight. But again, I try to focus on quality reps, proper form, so I'm really trying to keep my elbows slightly tucked in without going to external rotation in my shoulders to risk some injury or impingement, and keeping constant tension on my delts. Because here is my second set with slightly more weight, and again still focusing on proper form. I wanted to say that in my last year or so of training, I managed to improve my shoulders in terms of strength and size, which is really hard for me after 16 or almost 17 years of training, and I'm 42 years old. But with the overhead presses, and sometimes when I work out with my wife, she helps me with weight, with putting the weight in starting position, so I can do more progressive overload, and I feel more comfortable, more secure if I have somebody behind me to help me a little with the weight. So I wanted to say I improved with the overhead presses. I added some strength and also some size, but when it comes in terms of hypertrophy, the lateral raises is something that I'm constantly doing. I just switch maybe dumbbells, machines, and but I have a mix of dumbbells and cables, some form of lateral raises in my workouts, in my shoulder workouts all the time. Here is the second set when I use slightly more weight than in my previous set. These are 14 kilos dumbbells, which is, I believe, around 30 pounds. But still, you can see that on those last reps I still engage some traps as well, which in the first set it didn't happen. So I decided to back off with the weight a little and use 12 kilos dumbbells again, and you can see that I'm trying to keep constant tension on my delts, so I'm not dropping my arms, my wrists to touch my hips, but I'm trying to keep constant tension on those delts, and with lighter weight, of course, it's possible, it's manageable, and I think it's also very beneficial. Here is one of those variations on lateral raises that I'm doing on the cables. This time I'm doing behind the back, because I'm trying to focus on the, listen to this, posterior part of my side delt. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but not on my rear delts, but on my side, my lateral deltoid muscle, but on those muscle fibers that that line that you can see that separates the triceps from the delts. I know that here the delts are working as a whole, and probably I still hear some of you saying that, hey, you can't emphasize a part of a muscle, and I believe that. But still, I also believe that if we tweak a grip, maybe just an angle slightly or so, we can still emphasize some muscle fibers more than others. And for the sake of variety, this is why I'm doing this exercise in a way that I'm doing it here. I also try, this is from the other angle, you can see I also try to rotate my wrist slightly outward, just slightly, because if you try to keep your arm straight on like you would do a lateral raise, and just try to rotate your wrists outward or inward, and you will feel that different muscle fibers are engaged in your deltoid muscle. And this is something I'm just playing around with, and as I mentioned, for the sake of variety, I'm doing different variations of this exercise. And you can see that even with this lightweight, I think it's 10 or 15 kilograms on this cable machine, I still engage some of my traps as well, because the first part is it's hard to start with the reps, but this also maybe because it depends on the machine. Anyway, with the cable we have a different tension curve also on these face pulls that I'm doing for the rear delts. I like to do them with the reverse flies with dumbbells and so, but again with the cables we have a different tension curve when it comes to lateral raises. It's at the top, and here of course when the rope is basically touching my nose or my eyes, I try to keep my elbows high. Here I focus to not drop my elbows down because I want to engage also of course some traps as well. And I'm using this exercise as a transition from my shoulder part of the workout to my trap part of the workout. Here is, you can see from a different angle that I'm trying to keep my elbows high. The rope basically goes to my nose or to my eye level, and in this way I managed to engage some traps as well with the posterior delts. Again, not tons of weight here, but I'm keeping it around 12 to 15 reps on this exercise. Smaller muscle groups here, and there is no need to put tons of stress on some muscles here. To finish the workout with some direct trap work, I do some form of shrugs. Here I'm doing dumbbell shrugs, but when it comes to strength, for example, I like to load the Smith machine and do heavy reps on those. But with the dumbbells, again, I use different rep schemes. Here I'm doing at around 12 to 15. When I'm on the Smith machine, I put more weight on, like from 8 to 12 reps for my traps. And yeah, this is basically it for this workout. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, the support means a lot, and take care until next time.